Hey everybody, Kevin J. Railsback from Filmmaking Naturally. And when I'm out in the field, I typically get asked two questions. The first question is, what camera should I buy? Now, that's a really hard question for me to answer because there's so many variables. And in the end, it really just comes down to personal choice. It's kind of like someone asking you, what kind of car should I buy? The other question I get asked a lot is, what camera do I use? Now, I probably own 5 or 6 different HD cameras, and they all have different uses and different purposes. But the answer that I typically give someone when they ask me that question is the camera that I have with me. You see, it doesn't matter what kind of cameras you have if they're not with you. So the camera that I have with me at the time is obviously the camera that I use. Now, there's a lot of times when I'm driving around and I don't have any of my gear with me, but I do have a smartphone. And the smartphones today can shoot incredible HD video. So today I want to give you just a couple tips on how you can shoot better HD video using a smartphone. Whenever I see someone shooting video with a smartphone, this is how I usually see them holding the phone. Now, you'll notice that this isn't the orientation of most people's televisions or computer monitors. This is. So tip number one is to don't hold the smartphone vertically. It's perfectly fine if you're taking photographs, but if you're shooting video, don't hold the smartphone vertically, hold it horizontally. The next tip I want to give you is about stability. Even if I see people shooting a smartphone horizontally, they tend to only hold it with one hand. So to increase the stability of your shots, hold the camera with 2 hands, and that will give you greater stability. Now, the other thing you can also do to increase stability is, you notice my elbows are kind of out. If you tuck your elbows in closer to your body, that is going to increase your stability as well. So holding the camera with 2 hands, tucking in your elbows close to your body is going to give you a very stable shot. Video is all about motion, and even if you're using a smartphone, you shouldn't be afraid to move the camera. Now, the one thing that you want to do is move the camera slowly. You see so many people whipping the camera around, it probably makes some people seasick. So the final tip I want to give you is to move the camera slowly. And when I'm panning the camera, I usually tend to just keep my feet planted and just rotate my upper body. So I hold the camera horizontally with 2 hands, tucking in my elbows, my feet are planted, and I just slowly rotate my upper body, leaving my feet in place. And that gives me a very stable, very slow, very pleasant pan with my camera. So I hope you found these tips useful in getting better nature and wildlife footage with your smartphone. This is Kevin J. Railsback from Filmmaking Naturally, and as always, keep shooting the ordinary, but make it extraordinary.